The firefighters were performing CPR when suddenly a large hole was pressed into the man's chest, stunning everyone present. Just a few minutes earlier, the man's arm had been crushed by a car. The firefighters urged him not to move, or else his arm couldn't be saved. They used a jack to lift the wheel and swiftly pulled the man's arm out. To speed up his arm's recovery, he actually locked himself in a machine set to -30°C, ignoring his wife's pleas. So, his wife went out for a run. The machine's temperature kept dropping. Soon, the wife returned with the firefighters. By this time, the man had already frozen into an ice sculpture. No matter how loudly the firefighters called out, he remained motionless. His wife tried using a hairdryer to melt him, but to no avail. The firefighters had no choice but to pry the machine open. The captain gently touched him, and his body emitted a crisp sound. Together, they lifted him out of the machine and checked his pulse, only to find no heartbeat. Nevertheless, the firefighters didn't give up on resuscitation. Unexpectedly, his chest was crushed the next second. Fortunately, everyone was present, or else it would have been impossible to explain. The squad doctor quickly stepped forward to examine him and immediately pronounced him dead. To make amends for his guilt towards the man, the captain decided to take the wife home to console her. It turned out that at a party, the captain had met the woman by chance. Surprisingly, they hit it off instantly, feeling a sense of regret for not having met sooner. That very night, they engaged in a deep understanding. To the captain's surprise, the woman had quietly left the next morning, leaving him a check for a whopping $100,000. This news quickly spread throughout the fire department, with everyone envying the captain for winning both wealth and beauty. What no one expected was that the woman would send the captain date invitations every day, and after each deep exercise, she would give him $100,000. However, what the captain didn't anticipate was that during one of their deep understandings, a man barged in. He was actually the woman's husband. This left the captain utterly bewildered. Only after some clarification did he learn that the woman and her husband had an open marriage, allowing them to freely find other partners. Now that the man had passed away, the captain had intended to properly comfort the woman. Just then, bad news arrived. An autopsy revealed that the man's body contained toxins, indicating that he had been poisoned. The police suspected intentional murder. After some analysis, the captain and the woman became the prime suspects. To uncover the truth, they accompanied the police to investigate the woman's home. Through everyone's efforts, they finally uncovered the truth. It turned out that the man had a gardening room where they discovered a carbamate insecticide. This insecticide not only paralyzes muscles but can also be lethal. When the man initially injured his arm, he thought gardening would help ease his mind. Due to his injured right hand, he could only use his left to pour the insecticide into a sprayer. He never imagined that during the transfer, a large amount of the insecticide would spill onto his right hand. This insecticide is so highly toxic that if it comes into contact with human skin and isn't treated promptly, it will lead to death by poisoning. The only difference is that the toxins take slightly longer to take effect. However, the man didn't notice this at the time. After leaving the gardening room, he directly entered the low-temperature machine. By the time he realized he had been poisoned, it was too late. Just like that, the man watched helplessly as he was frozen to death.